Well, today is wonderful in that we're obviously an Academy House, so the heart of the Academy's representation in Dublin, and we have 26 pairs of scientists and senators and TDs from all over the island. And what they do is been introduced to the scheme and the aspirations of the scheme, and then they get a chance to chat to each other and I suppose understand where each other comes from.
The Geological Survey are the government agency for geoscience, and it's very much our job to try to link geoscience, geology with government need, with the private sector and with research. If you think of a triangle of those, we operate in that central space. So this provides us with a real opportunity from a communications point of view to try and take the best of the research that's going on and the best of even the private industry work that's going on, and making sure that politicians in the House of Oireachtas get to understand that and it has the policy impact it can have.
And what we did was to propose about a dozen or so topics and ask members of the Oireachtas to choose a particular topic and then try to find a scientist, an expert scientist, to link back with those.
We are researchers, scholars across the whole spectrum, but we believe that research and knowledge should be of benefit to society in various ways.
Well, very many, if you look at the makeup of people in the Oireachtas, they come from many, many walks of life, but not too many with scientific training. And yet many of the challenges for today actually do require an understanding of technical matters.
Because we are a very visual science, and because it touches people's lives, I think it's probably a good one to begin with, because you can produce many images, beautiful maps. So whether it be using GIS to plan, ambulance emergency routes, or whether it be understanding coastal protection or, for flooding, or whether it be understanding exactly where radon is that you can mitigate against public health. There's lots of things that you can help with visualising the science and communicating that to both the public and the politicians.
In what ways is the political process and its relationship with public opinion vulnerable to new ideas? In other words, can we shift the debate with good arguments and good research? And if we can, how should we develop those arguments and that research?
I don't think in all my life in politics, my 34 years in Leinster House, I don't believe a scientist ever came to my constituency clinic. I did engage with scientists when I was a minister. And I make that point because I think it's important in this small place that the expertise, the reservoir of knowledge that is the world of science, interacts with the political system where people are making decisions. And the better informed those decisions are, the more appropriate they are.
I think it's an opportunity, first of all, maybe on behalf of my own colleagues, politicians, to take a step back. I think we spend the vast majority of our time firefighting, reacting to situations as they emerge, and we don't really have that space to maybe sit back and analyse things as much as we should do. It's something that our electorate would probably find ridiculous that it's not happening already. The electorate would assume that, well, surely politicians are meeting with scientists.
Science to me is very much evidence-based, and I believe in political decision-making which is evidence-based. I think we've far too much politics which is about, sort of satisfying different interest groups, which is about trying to garner votes for particular individuals or particular parties. So I like the idea of trying to base political decision-making on a more scientific basis.
Of course, this is not the only way to do it, but in the end of the day, human contact and person to person, looking someone in the eye and telling them something is far better than all the emails you could send. So to have that personal human connection is really good, and hopefully this will achieve it and improve impact and short circuit getting the message across down the line.